What's up, Vetters? Patrick here with Vetted. I've got a brand new UFO video to show y'all. Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp just had a guest on their show in their latest episode. His name is Dustin Slaughter, and he's from the UAP Register. And he has obtained a UFO video through a FOIA litigation, Freedom of Information Act, basically, sued to get this video, right? And originally, Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp had released an image of this UFO, but not the video. Well, now we have the video from this previously released image that was dubbed the Mosul orb.
So why it's important is so 6 months after Arrow begins, we launch Weaponize. That was in January 23rd, 2023. So our first episode, we tell what Weaponize is going to be, but we offer for the first time ever, and it was and remains the first time ever, is U.S. military filmed UAP designated by our military from an active combat zone. And that was the difference. It was from an active combat zone. That's what we call the Mosul orb. So we told everybody in the first episode that the Mosul orb was filmed with full motion video. We had explained to people what that means, why it's in color. It was filmed 16th of April, 2016, over Mosul, Iraq. And the problem was, or not the problem, but protect sources, especially if they don't protect themselves, is what you've always taught me, George. We could release a still image, but I think it was more risky to go farther than that. So a lot of people didn't believe us. And if you remember, George, we challenged Arrow to do the right thing and to release the video to the public. They didn't. Instead, they released something that looked similar. And this is kind of the sleight of hand thing that they do a lot of the time. So they never released it to the American public. And I never thought the American public was ever going to be able to see it. It took a real act of dedication and courage to kind of get that out. But just to summarize this, I hope that people look back at our original reporting, George, because we were accurate and we told people we were, but maybe they were, learning to trust us. But if you look now at what we're going to learn today, you're going to see that we were 100% accurate and that this was not some lens flare. This was not some pothole in the street. This was not some raindrop on the lens of a CIA spy plane retrofitted camera. I mean, are you kidding me? But you still have to deal with that stuff unless you can back it up. And I think today, because of the tenacity of a good friend of ours and an excellent investigative journalist, you're about to learn what it takes to make another historic move, which is to obtain footage from the United States government through litigation and years of dogged, tenacious, effort to get that. So I'd love, George, let's introduce a friend of ours.
Yeah, I would just say this before we bring him in. What we're going to see is pretty cool today. The public has not seen it. It's very interesting. I remember the debunker people were pissed at us because we weren't releasing the 4-second video because they said that would allow us to for sure debunk it. We could definitely have enough info to debunk it. Well, you're about to get it. I suspect they will still do the same thing they've been doing. It's a raindrop on the lens. It's a pothole in the road in Mosul. All kinds of really wacky theories that really don't hold up, as we're about to see. But this guy, who's been our guest and been our friend, he helped us before. We both had an interest in UFO intrusions at the Pantex facility, and he dug in and got some really good information. Dustin Slaughter runs something called the UAP Register. It's not flashy. It's just rock solid investigative journalism. He comes up with great stories, and he's really picked up a doozy today because this video by itself that we're about to see is important, but man, the implications of what Dustin has done is so much bigger for this topic. Would you agree, Jeremy?
Yeah, big time. As you and I have always said, is that no one piece of footage is ever going to do it, but the collective weight is a preposterous preponderance of evidence. So even this is bigger than a video. And we'll hear about that. We're about to talk about that. Why this is so big, why this is so important. So really excited because I think now, if people look at the history, they're going to trust our reporting because you know what? If you've been right before and you're consistent, and you actually are trustworthy, then you're worthy of trust.
Please hit that like button, vetters. That really helps out the videos. And of course, if you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button. I put out new videos every week about the UFO phenomena, and I'm trying to get to 100,000 subscribers before the end of the year. Now, before we get to the video, which I'm going to play in full speed, half speed, and a quarter speed, so we can really take a closer look at this thing, let's hear from the man himself, Dustin Slaughter, who acquired this video and how he did it.
Tell me what happened in your own words. Oh my gosh.
Well, it's good to be back on, guys. Thanks for having me. Essentially what we have here is a video that the UAP Register obtained through FOIA litigation, which is Freedom of Information Act lawsuit, essentially. I originally filed the original FOIA was filed in 2023, and then the lawsuit after stonewalling by the Air Force and the National Air and Space Intelligence Center. After that stonewalling, I filed a lawsuit in 2024 with a couple of great attorneys that I work with. So
now, let's take a look at this video in full speed. Now here it is again in half speed. And finally, a quarter speed. I don't know about y'all, but this is a pretty interesting video. I'm not really sure what to make of it, right? As you kind of look in at this thing, like, what is this thing flying around? And, you know, I could ask a million questions. Oh, what is this? You know, what's that? What's that? But the fact that our government they clearly took the time to figure out what this thing is and couldn't. So it left it as, you know, anomalous, a UAP, unidentified, right? But they clearly figured out it wasn't a balloon or something flying by, right? Like, so that's kind of interesting. Like, what is this thing? I mean, it looks like a silver sphere just flying by, right? That's exactly what it looks like. So we'll have to wait and see. And I think it is interesting how we got this video, right? That it was acquired through litigation with the Freedom of Information Act from, you know, with some lawyers. They went in, they got the video. And apparently Dustin has more kind of cases out there, and we may be getting more videos from Dustin Slaughter. So shout out to UAP Register. Great job. At least it's data, something to look at, right? And people can try to determine size from the data of the video. So I'm sure more information will come out about this. Like I said, I always appreciate these sort of things coming out, right? So I'll be curious to read your comments down below. Let me know what you think. All right, vetters, we'll see you in the next one. Link in the description. Go check out the rest of that episode. Every day's a gift, y'all. Peace.